Um, I'm doing it today, which is March 10th, but the album dropped tomorrow. So while you looking at this video, y'all probably like, damn, this nigga wore this shit yesterday. Why the video? You know what I mean? It's about the album that dropped today, but he wearing the shit he had on yesterday. So I'm letting y'all know off top that I'm doing it today and uploading it tomorrow. So to knock it off with the dumb shit. All right, Young Money, Rise of an Empire, the deluxe version. Now, I don't know how, it is with y'all as far as, the leaked versions where y'all at. Now, I'm looking at the track list from the leaked version for where I got it from. And it had 14 songs. The only song that wasn't on it was a Chanel featuring Chanel West Coast Hidden Light, but that leaked today for some reason. So I can only, review what I've heard. So the version I had will have 14 records without the Chanel song. Even though she has a song on here. So anyway, getting into it, man. It started off with Euro featuring Birdman, and Lil Wayne with We Alright. The video came out not too long ago. I had no problem with that song. I thought that song was okay. You know what I mean? Euro definitely has a different flow, but I listened to the whole project and I gotta speak my opinion. I think he used Drake old flow in a lot of them songs. Like, if you listen to the induction speech, I think that he sounds too much not similar to Drake, but that flow is Drake's old flow if you really pay attention to it. You know what I mean? Especially on We Alright. It's kind of different, so I definitely, shy away from saying that, but it shows on induction speech, and I'm sitting there listening to it, and I'm like, damn, this nigga sound like, a carbon copy of Drake. That's just my personal opinion, but We Alright is a great record. Drake with Trophies, like I stated, I would have waited until the album came out to actually drop it, but it's a lot of people say that record is a throwaway record, it's whack, but a lot of people also praise it when it dropped, like after the album dropped and they heard it and shit. It was a record that Drake had, but it wasn't finished, and if you really listen to the song as a whole with some good earphones, you can hear that he had, the hook was already done. You know what I mean? The hook definitely was already done as far as the beat. So when he said he didn't have it finished, I think the verses he didn't have finished. Because I tried to listen to the verses and he tried to, I don't know how he constructed the song, but I think Drake regularly sometimes does the verses before the hook. But the hook was already laid on the beat. You can definitely tell. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the verses, I mean, hey, they was cool for what they was. He went with a theme. And I fuck with it, but you could tell if you listen close to verses, even though we all know that they came later when he said the song wasn't finished, it still went for a good song. The production, it was on point. I would have left the last ending part of the production off because that shit a tad bit annoying. Moving on to number 3, Lil Twist featuring Euro and Corey Guns. Bang. The hook was, repetitive, but I actually liked the song. And it's crazy to hear Little Twist cursing. The way he's cursing and subject matters he's talking about. Because if you go from the last Young Money album, even his mixtapes, I mean, he don't even talk that much fly shit. And like I said, he even got Young Money tatted on his stomach like Wayne did Cash Money. So I think he older now, you know what I mean? So I guess he could talk that fly shit. He actually, talked about the little jail stint. If he even went to jail for some shit, I think fuck with Justin Bieber, whatever. But Corey Guns killed this verse. You know what I mean? I was like, wow. I thought I was going to go into this album not even liking him, but Corey Guns killed the Euro was straight. I fuck with him. You know what I mean? Moving on to number 4, Tyga featuring Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne, See Now. It's a good song. You know what I mean? Nicki Minaj just stayed dissing either a male rapper or females and shit, and it's getting a little old now. She got to come with a new scheme. But the production was dope. I like the hook. Tyga did his thing on that. Tyga had the best flow out of overall of everybody. Lil Wayne was cool on that shit too. Moving on to number 5, Euro induction speech. I definitely love the sample record right there. That production was on point. He definitely talked about things from his past to his present. And I just look at this record as, him coming into Young Money, Cash Money, basically Rich Gang, and him letting people know that I'm here. That's basically it. So I see Euro as an artist that they really gonna push next towards people. You know what I mean? That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, number 6, Lil Twist featuring Tyga, YG, One Time. It was cool. It wasn't all that. But, I listened to it a couple times. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird to hear, like, Little Twist the subject matter he's talking about. I mean, it's great, but it's forced, y'all. Like, let's keep it real. How hard would it must have been to get this nigga in there to talk about that type of shit, because it's not really believable. When you go back and look at old Young Money footage of Little Twist and shit, look how he look and everything like that. Like, let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? So even go back to where Lil Wayne's in the studio talking to this nigga and he asking him, "Are you fucking or whatever?" You know what I'm saying? Like, and look at his face and how he looking all shy and shit. So to come years later, I get he grown up, but I don't believe the way he talking like that. You know what I mean? Tyga probably wrote the record and like, you know, get in there and do your thing. You know what I mean? The only thing I didn't understand, it was like a lot of Young Money artists that really wasn't on this shit. Short Dog wasn't on here. Yeah, it's just it wasn't a whole Young Money. That's why I didn't understand that shit. Basically, some of the newer artists. You know what I'm saying? Number 7, Nicki Minaj, Looking Ass. Y'all already know how I feel about that record. You know what I mean? It came, made a stamp, but I'm already over the record. Moving on to number 8. Gutta Gutta featuring J Mills, Flo, Mac Main, and Birdman, you know, talking throughout the record. Fresher Than Ever, definitely a good record, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody did their thing. J Mills' verse surprised the fuck out of me, you know what I mean? I would have liked to hear him on the album more, but definitely, you know, the song was straight. You know, Gutta Gutta and J Mills and Mac Main to me had the best flows. Flo was cool on there, but I just think that their verses, especially Gutta Gutta, it just comes out of nowhere and just throws you into his world. Like, oh shit, Gutta Gutta definitely still got it. You know what I mean? But that's just my personal opinion, so I definitely fuck with that record. Lil Twist featuring Tyga, Back It Up. I don't see the difference in Lil Twist featuring Tyga and YG One Time. What's the difference in a record? You know what I'm saying? So I can't respect that, because y'all put 2 songs on the album that basically sound the same. Just different titles and different hooks, but content-wise, to me, it's the same. Moving on. But I still like the record, though. It's listenable. Number 11, Lil Wayne with Moment. I gotta agree. Everybody said that this is one of the better Lil Wayne songs that's recently came out in the last couple years. And I gotta agree. You know it is. I think he went in there focused. You know what I mean? It's not really the lyrical incline Lil Wayne from no C2 or C3 or nothing like that. But it's more enjoyable. You know, the hook, the beat, and, you know, his verses is straight. So I definitely fuck with it. I can listen to that shit. Similar to the way I can listen to his joint on DJ Khaled last album, his solo song. I actually like that type of Wayne also. Moving on to PJ Morton featuring Mac Main, Gutta Gutta, J Mills, you already know. I don't really know who PJ Morton is, but you know, he did the hook. Mac Main, Gutta, and Mills did their thing on the song. I definitely feel like that was a great way to end the standard version of the album. You know what I mean? So I had no problems with that. So that's 12 for 12. I like the whole shit. It's listenable. It's not boring. But then we go into the last 2 songs, which is, well, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think the 12th song would be, well, whatever. However, Chanel featuring Yo Gotti with Catch Me at the Light. I wasn't feeling that shit. Not her best song. Christina Milian featuring Lil Wayne, Video Model. I wasn't feeling that shit, but Wayne verse on that shit was cool. I still don't get why he passed on Ashanti to sign Christina Milian. To me, that's crazy. And Tyga featuring Meek Mill and Lil Wayne, Good Day. That was on, shout out to a subscriber that told me that was on Well Done 4. And that shit was cool, but it could have been left off. Honestly, it's enjoyable. Other than the 3 songs that's gonna be on here, the Chanel song and the Christina Milian songs. Other than that, you know, I give it at least a 7 out of 10 because I enjoy this shit way more than the first Young Money album. It's definitely a growth. They don't sound so cartoonish, so lame, and so fucking corny. So I definitely fuck with that. And out of 14 records, you know what I'm saying, I like at least 12 of them. You know what I'm saying? So will I be buying the deluxe version? Probably not. I think I'm just going to fuck with, you know, the standard version, of course. And the production, I give it 7 out of 10. So Wayne definitely stepped it up, you know what I mean? But I still feel when it's a compilation of your artists, you need to fall back. And honestly, Wayne wasn't on there that many times. He was on here 1, 2, 4 times. You know what I'm saying? Drake only made it once. Nicki made it once. So I looked at that as weird. But they're more established artists, so I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, when you really want to showcase your artist, whoever you're going to put in the forefront, I mean, you still got J Mills and Gutta Gutta and Mac Main, Mac Main the president of Young Money, but you still got Mills and Gutters. Like, if they gonna drop LPs, put them more in the forefront. Let them get out there, you know, and do their thing. But you can definitely see the setup. Lil Twist is gonna drop some. Euro is gonna drop something, hopefully. Let me see. Corey Guns may drop some. Chanel and Christina Milian, with knowing Wayne, they may throw them in a group together. I don't know if they're gonna be able to have solo projects to make it work. They may put them in a group. At the end of the day, it was a solid project, and I fuck with it. I'm gonna support it. You know what I'm saying? And y'all let me know what y'all think of the album. 1.